Get us going.
Hey, how you guys doing? Thanks for being on. I guess for both of you, maybe Josh, you could start first. It's a big opportunity. You're playing a Big 12 team on the road. They're ranked 16th on ABC. Just kind of how excited are you guys for this opportunity? Maybe, be a statement game and really
Mhm.
put last year in the rearview mirror.
Definitely. I mean, we have the opportunity to go make a statement on the national stage. We're 11 a.m. kickoff on ABC. I mean, the country's going to be watching, and we can see really what we're made of this Saturday.
Me personally, I think it's a chance for us to go out and showcase our talents and just show what this season's gonna be like. I'm just ready to go out and play in a new environment.
I guess either of you guys that want to answer this, Luke Haas is going to, I guess Dylan for that matter, is twin brother. They're both going back to their home state to play and pretty close to home. And obviously, Luke missed a good part of last season. Just how excited do you guys think he is for this opportunity? And what are you expecting from him? After his first big game, or really since A&M, I guess he got knocked out of that really early.
Yeah, I would say having the opportunity to go and play in your home state. I was able to do that last year. It's definitely special. You get your whole family, your extended family to come watch you play, and it's something that I cherish, and I know he will cherish this Saturday. I mean, like you said, he had a great season last year before it was cut short, unfortunately. But he's worked hard this offseason to ensure that he's going to have another great season this year. And so I'm sure he's excited and ready to make a statement on Saturday and just play his heart out.
For me, I just feel like he come out every day with a chip on his shoulder, and I feel like today he's gonna make a I mean not today, but when Saturday he's gonna make a statement.
Jane, I'm guessing you've gone against Luke a fair amount in practice. Just, I know he lost some weight and added back some muscle. Just what you see from him in camp, and how do you think he's maybe different and better than he was last year?
He definitely had got stronger and faster. Just way more physical than he was his first year, and I feel like that's gonna help him excel.
Okay, thanks, guys. I'll turn it back to the big O.
Trey, go ahead.
Yeah, Jaden, with a guy like Ollie Gordon, they've tried to, run the ball, and then they'll hit you over the top. How difficult is that being a safety to not get caught cheating up inside and just being prepared for them throwing deep like they do?
Just being disciplined and playing within the defense, just having my eyes on my key, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Your thoughts on Gordon as a running back?
A good back, physical, big. We just got to come right in, put a body on him.
And Josh, your thoughts on the front seven for Oklahoma State, and they got a linebacker that's really active, and just your opinion on all those guys.
Yeah, they're definitely an experienced core. I mean, you got number 30 and number 4 that are veteran players, and they're going to make plays. And I mean, that's their job. And our job is to limit the amount of plays they can make, hopefully to zero. And it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a clash every play on Saturday. And so we're preparing right now, getting in the playbook, watching film to ensure that we know our responsibilities, we know our assignments, and they're doing the same thing. And so it's just going to come down to Saturday who can perform.
They've got a guy on their defensive line, Colin Clay. You may have heard some of the guys talk about him. He was at Arkansas back in 2019, same class as Eric Gregory. Your thoughts on him up front on the defensive tackle spot? You'll probably be going against him some.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I mean, I'm sure EG can touch on this later, but uh, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he has this game circled on his calendar since he got to Oklahoma State. And so he's going to be ready. We have to make sure that we're ready for him.
Thanks, fellas.
Jackson.
Jaden, what was it like lining up next to TJ this weekend or last Thursday? Kind of his first real meaningful, start and game action. What'd you see from him?
Everything that he's shown in practice, he showed it on the field last Thursday. It's just excitement every time he's on the field. I can trust him. The defense can trust him. We know that he's going to do his job, and when the players can't comes to him, he's going to make that play.
How have you seen him most improve? Since the start of spring and the fall and to where we are now.
Just his speed and his power is he got way faster, way stronger, and just his mindset towards the game has changed a lot.
Josh, you were one of I guess you're the only offensive lineman that started Thursday that also started, last year. Just how much different of a vibe was it maybe this year compared to last year at War Memorial Stadium? And, how good did it feel to kind of put on that show with the rest of the line?
Yeah, I mean, vibes were high. We're playing at night. I feel like playing at night this year totally changed my perception of War Memorial. I could see how they played big games there, however many years ago. And I'm probably in the minority here, but I wish I wouldn't mind playing a big game there in the future. I mean, it was fun to be there at night. In regards to the new offensive line and the new offensive line coach, I mean, they went out there and handled business. We as a unit definitely progressed from last year. I think we all remember how people were feeling after that game, what questions arose, and I think we had success, but ultimately that was last week, and we're not playing. We're not going to play that game again, and so we're focused totally on Oklahoma State in this Saturday, and to make another statement of who we are as an offensive line and our identity.
Yeah, any added motivation like for you guys up front that this, it's the first big test for everyone, but I know with all the discussions about, you guys and the struggles last year that this, means maybe a little bit more for the offensive line this week.
No, I would say, I mean, you approach every game the same. If you get too involved in the stakes of one game, uh, you're going to alter your routine, and ultimately, you're not going to perform as well because you altered your routine. And so you approach every game as if it was the biggest game of your career. And so we did that last week, and we're going to do it again this week, and we're going to do it next week.
Thanks, guys.
Daniel. How did the offense look in the 2 minutes for the first time, and how was the communication maybe on that drive specifically, and having that count for real for the first time?
Would you mind repeating the first part of your question or your question as a whole?
Yeah, just the 2 minute drive right before halftime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
how did the communication go?
You before the drive, we wanted to work on our 2 minute protocol, and so we were communicating down and distance, how much time was left. We needed to get to the ball, snap it, whether the clock was stopped or rolling, if we were going to huddle or not. We had to communicate the IDs. And then, of course, as you saw, I mean, Talen's going to make plays. So if we hold up in protection and give him time, he's going to advance the ball, whether with his arm or with his feet. And I mean, I think his play speaks for himself.
Thanks.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, hey, Jaden, you guys won at BYU a couple of years ago. It was a big, marquee type game. But Arkansas has a history. They won at TCU in the first game of a 2-game series, and Texas Tech before that, they won the road game. I wonder if you could take me inside the mentality that you guys took into the game in Provo, and just like knowing that there would be a bunch of eyes on the game and what it took to win that game.
Just like Brian was talking, we just approach every game as it's the first one, as we approach the first one. So we're not looking at this game no different than we looked at the first one. We just gonna come out, do our job, and prepare the same way we've been preparing.
But the mindset you had to go into BYU, the way y'all played that day, can you remember like what it felt like that, you hushed the home crowd, that kind of stuff?
You might have to say that question for EG. I didn't make it to that game. I was hurt, so I couldn't really tell you.
Jaden, I'm sorry. That slipped my mind.
Yeah, I'll add that we're approaching this week as a business trip. We're going there to handle business, and that's our approach and that's our mindset.
All right, and then the helmet communications. Did you hear Talen's response to like how things were going with Coach Petrino and how smooth that went?
I didn't hear Talon, but I can hear Coach Petrino during practice. So yeah, I think it's going to be a benefit to us, and I won't overstep my bounds. I'm not too comfortable with the communication. I don't really know what all the ins and outs, but I'm sure it'll be a benefit to us.
Yeah, Jaden, how did it work for you? I mean, were you able to hear all the calls clearly and all that?
Yes, I was. It worked great. Just how we use it in practice, we use it like that in the game, and it just went great.
Are you mic'd up? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So who's the green dot after you came out? Who got it next?
Stephen Dix.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Ethan, I saw you hop on here. Go ahead.
Yeah, for both of you, just being seniors this year, I know it's a big game this week. How are you maybe taking it in a little bit more than maybe you did, at the start of your career, just kind of this last go round?
This will be my first time playing them and my last. So I'm trying to go in as a team. We're trying to go in and just get it done and start fast and have a big dub and have fun out there on the way back.
Yeah, I'll say earlier in your career, you always, let's say you have a big game and it doesn't quite go your way. The mindset after that is always, oh, next year we'll get them. Next year we'll do this. Next year we'll do that. I mean, sitting here as a senior, there is no next year. And so I have this is like he said, my only time playing Oklahoma State. It's my first and last. And so I have to handle business this weekend. I don't get another shot at it.
Thanks.
All right, Bob, wrap this one up.
Okay, a lot of newcomers on the team, but you guys are a couple of holdovers, returners, whatever they say these days. And last year, you guys had so many close games, 1-5, I think, in games decided by one score. This one probably is going to be close, first of probably many close games. How do you feel like you guys are ready to flip that script and win the close games and then turn that record around?
I think
Josh?
it comes down to your attention to detail. I mean, when you're in a one-score game, you're talking about 2, 3, maybe 4 plays that if they go a different way, you win. And I think if you look at last year, that's a good example of that. In each of those one-score games, if we had 3 plays go our way, it's a whole different season. It's a whole different result. And so succeeding in those 2 or 3 plays that decide the game comes down to your attention to detail. And we've worked on that all off season. We've worked at that through camp and in practice this week.
I say the same thing, and also consistency come with that. You got to be consistent. Everything we doing in the first half, you got to be able to do it in the second half at a high level. And I feel like that's something that we've been working on, and I feel like we'll get that done this year.
Yeah. When you're talking about a 4-hour game, it's hard to stay focused mentally. And so you have to have the mental toughness to be locked in and engaged all 60 minutes of game time. And I think that's what ultimately separates teams in a close game like that.
You think you guys are ready to do that, or more ready than last year, maybe?
I'm confident in my team.
I don't think I know we're ready.
I say, well, I know as a home team, you like those night games. As a road team, I'd imagine you like those 11 a.m. games where the other fans don't have all day to get tanked up and everything. Do you feel like that's a big advantage that it's an 11 a.m. game and it's early in the year? And last year, South Alabama went in there and knocked them off, and Cuddy was on that team. I think he had a pick 6, and also you guys have had a couple extra days. To me, that all plays in your all's favor. I was wondering how you all felt about those factors.
I'll just say we approach every game the same, whether it's a morning kick or a night kick. Me personally, I love noon games. I feel like that's college football at its finest. I think the big games should be played at noon.
Same for me.
Okay, I'm right there with you. I love those early games. And I just had one more for Jaden. We talked to Cuddy a little bit in the preseason, but he's gone over there and the South Alabama put on those guys pretty good. What have you maybe gleaned from him about playing over there in Stillwater, since I guess he's the only guy on the team that's done it, I think. And does that make you feel good that Cuddy, one of his teams, already gone over there and knocked him off?
I say it doesn't make me feel any different. We don't really talk about it too much, because it's a new game, so we just got to come in there with the mindset to win.
Okay, I'm good. And Josh, I think you're probably ready to run for mayor of Little Rock.
No, I don't know about all that.
Great, final one.
I was just getting ready for the next group. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Y'all have a great day.
Maybe not ready.
Yeah. Hey, Eric. Yeah, I was just wondering about Colin Clay on the other side. You came in with him back in 2019. I didn't know if you guys still keep in touch. If you talked to Braun, said to ask you about him. So I don't know if you talked to Braun about him at all, or what's the story?
No, I ain't. I haven't talked to Brown about him, and we follow each other on social media. We keep in contact here and there. He just got married recently, I believe, in the summer. Congratulate him on that. But man, yeah, it's still my boy. And I mean, he came off an injury like I believe 2 years ago. So he was kind of like me coming in too, man. We were big DNs playing, and then injuries happen. We gained a little weight, and then we get thrown aside. I mean, so we kind of got the same. We had the same mindset of just being physical and man and playing through the whistle. So I feel like that's what he's going to bring when he come in and play.
Yeah, you think he's extra amped up for this one?
Oh yeah,
Considering,
for sure. There's no doubt, for sure.
Yeah, Luke, going back to your home state, sure Oklahoma State recruited you and stuff. What are your thoughts about going into Stillwater and playing in front of your home state crowd?
mean, it's definitely exciting. I have a lot of former teammates on that team from high school, and then just being able to go back to Oklahoma where my family's at, and just a lot of people I know. It'll be exciting. But I mean, this past weekend was exciting too. But definitely excited to get down there and play in my home state.
Thanks, guys.
Bob?
Yeah, Luke, did Oklahoma State? I assume they recruited you. If they didn't, they're pretty stupid. Did they recruit you, or what was that like?
Yes, they were actually my first offer in high school. No, it was good. I mean, it was early on, so I was just kind of still taking on the recruiting process. So that's pretty much it.
You remember, like, were you a sophomore? Do you remember how old you were when they offered you?
Yes, I was the end of my sophomore year.
You take a visit or give them much consideration, or?
Yes, I went down there a couple times. Like I said, I have a bunch of teammates from my high school team who went down there, or who play there. So I go down there with them here and there.
I think you guys, each player gets 4 tickets to road games, if I'm not mistaken. Is that still right?
Yes.
So how many do you need, and how many have you been able to acquire?
That's a mom question for me. I'm not really in charge of that stuff. She kind of takes over with all the ticket stuff.
Yeah. Or do you have any idea how many of family and friends will be there for you and Dylan?
I'd say probably around 8, 10, maybe.
I bet
So,
it'll be more than that.
about
And then, the other night was your first time to play in a long time because you missed so many games, obviously, last year. Just how good, what did it feel like to be back uh, on the field playing? And obviously, this game's, higher stakes. How exciting is it for this first really big one of the season?
last week it felt good to get back out there, especially just with our teammates and the new teammates too. I mean, it was just exciting. It's really fun to play with our offensive line and the tight ends in our room. We all compete and really want each other to succeed. So I mean, it was cool to see Ty out there get a nice touchdown thrown from Talon, who played amazing too. And then it was just definitely really exciting to get back out there and play an actual game instead of practice. But this next one will be probably even more exciting.
And then Eric, I think I read right. Oklahoma State has 5 redshirt seniors on their offensive line. Maybe some of those guys, you might be 6-year guys like you are. Just what's your take on our offensive line and playing and they're all 300 some pounds, I think. What's your take on our offensive line with all that size and experience and everything?
I mean, they're like you said, they got a lot of experience. They've been here probably just as long as I have been playing. So I mean, they got a lot of experience, and then like you said, they're big. So I mean, they're physical. They're kind of like an SEC O line. You look at it. I mean, there's really no difference. So we got to come in. We got to attack the same way we do each and every week.
I might have a couple more. I'll turn back to Oliver. Thank you.
Tom, go ahead.
Hey, Eric. So a couple of years ago, you guys went to BYU and won the first game of a 2-game series, a big marquee type game. But Arkansas had done that in the past against TCU and Texas Tech. I wonder what, like, the mentality you take into a road game that there's going to be a lot of eyes on you to start a 2-game series like that.
I mean, you just gotta go in and play football. I mean, it's football at the end of the day. I mean, the only difference really is the crowd noise when you look at it. I mean, so once you eliminate that, it's just football. So this is mindset we come in where we're gonna go in there, eliminate the crowd noise, and we're gonna play football.
Ollie Gordon comes in as Doak Walker Award winner. He breaks a lot of tackles. What's your thoughts about facing a running back of his caliber?
I mean, yeah, as you said, he's a very good back, man. He's very patient, and then he finds a hole, he hits it. I mean, so we got to put our bodies on him. I mean, we can't just go in there with arms because he's a big back. He's going to run through those. So we got to put a body on him. We got to wrap up and we got to rally to the ball.
Yeah. So Alan Bowman, their quarterback's actually been going at it longer than you, 7 years.
Yeah.
What's your thought on him?
Just seeing the way he operates in that system, and you can tell he's been there for a minute. The way he like knows in and out, the calls, and stuff like that. So I mean, you can see the experience on film, and I feel like that's what he brings to it. He knows the system in and out.
All right. And Luke, generally their defense, what kind of things they like to do? And I know Oliver is going to be a guy you'll have to keep an eye out on.
Yes. I mean, you can tell it. They just play 100% all the time, and they love to rally to the ball, and they're going to play hard. And they've got, like you said, they've got some really good people coming back who have experience. So I mean, they're going to come out and play hard and play how they've been playing for a while. So we just have to go out there and play like we've been practicing this week.
Bob Stevens, you got anything?
Hey guys, Luke, tell me about your visit to OSU and how emotional will it be for you to go there this week? Or is it more of a business trip? Is that going to be easy to keep it just business?
I mean, I wouldn't say it won't really be emotional because I mean I wasn't really very interested in Oklahoma State, but I mean I was grateful that they offered me. But no, I'd say it's more like a business trip, just like any other game though. Like same as last week. We're gonna go in there and we've prepared for them well this week, and our coaches have a good game plan with us watching film against them. So I mean we're just gonna go in there like it's a business trip like every other week.
I think you said you didn't really consider them. Were they ever on your top three?
No, not, I mean, not really. I mean,
Who was,
I really just wanted to come here at the end of the day.
did you have a top three, or was it just a top one?
It was pretty much just a top one, if I'm being honest.
Why is that?
Um, with Coach Pittman being here, and then just the coaches that have been around here, like when they brought Coach Turner in, just with his resume, and then being here now and being coached by him, just seeing like how grateful I am that I chose to come here because he's he's probably the best tight end coach in the country, just with the way that he teaches us and gets the room involved, not just one person. Like we're all involved competing every day.
How are you better than when you first got here? And what is it you still need to improve on the most?
I'd say blocking and physicality, and that's something still that I can improve on. But Coach Turner's done a great job, like I said, with our footwork and stuff. He's been helping me a lot with how using my size to my advantage. And then I'd say having the guys come in like Keys and Andreas and Ty, he's been here, but all of them, us pushing each other to be better each and every day.
Are you trying to get bigger or just stronger?
I'm always trying to get bigger and stronger, but no, I'm happy with the weight I'm at right now. Just got to keep on working on footwork and stuff, but it's definitely paid off this off season.
What'd you work on the most besides healing after getting hurt last year and come back I guess you were around in the spring. Forgive me if I'm wrong.
I'd say for sure the biggest thing I've worked on is blocking and having confidence while I'm doing it, for sure.
Describe yourself as a route runner.
I like to say like I'm playing basketball out there. Like when I'm trying to get open, I'm using basketball moves to get open at the top of my routes and stuff.
How good were you on the court? You played in high school, I assume?
Um, yeah, I was pretty good. I played my freshman year. I got a chance to play on the varsity team my freshman year, and then really once COVID came around and they shut basketball down, that's when I transitioned to football just because I started gaining a bunch of weight, and my twin brother influenced me too.
Okay. Why'd you gain a bunch of weight? Were it just maturing, or were you eating the wrong stuff?
Just lifting.
Okay.
During COVID, we bought a weight rack.
Okay. Who used it more, you or your brother?
We both used it same pretty much every day we could.
How important was it for the two of you, because you're being twins, you continually push each other, I assume. And what was that like?
I mean, it's awesome having a twin, especially with him being on the team with me. And still to this day, we're pushing each other, not only on the field, but like also like in the classroom and stuff off the field. So, I mean, it's great having him here with me.
Were you always a tight end, or when did you evolve into that?
I started at wide receiver my sophomore year, but my high school did a bunch of bubble blocking stuff, and then that's when I really transitioned from wide receiver to doing some tight end stuff my into my junior and senior year.
You mentioned the classroom. So, do you have a favorite class right now, and what's your goal in the academically?
I mean, I like all my classes. I'd say my goal is just to get a degree.
Okay, wise answer. In case any of your profs are listening, describe your on-field relationship with Talon, and are you guys in sync, or are you still working on that? Is it a work in progress?
No, I'd say Taylor's done a great job since we got here, really getting all of us in sync with him and having chemistry. Um, no, but you could tell last year or last game that he's getting everyone involved and he's just a great guy on and off the field.
What's your perception of him as a quarterback, and how high his ceiling is, do you think?
I think he has a chance to be the uh, best in the country. You can see just his potential and the way he works and the way he studies the game and just how he's a leader most of all.
Eric, I see you nodding your head at the first part of that answer. You want to expound on that?
Man, yeah, just seeing him in practice, man. He's a dual threat quarterback. He can do it all, man. And throughout the season, he's just gonna progress as it goes. I mean, the ceiling's high for him.
Seemed like he progressed from the opening possession last week, into the second quarter. Was that just getting rid of jitters, getting his feet on the ground, do you think? New school?
Oh yeah, yeah, I think it did. I mean, he probably just had little jitters coming out. I mean, probably his first game, the little jitters. He just wanted to be great. I mean, a lot of people have those, and then you see he come back and he had a great game.
Eric, tell me about Luke Haas. What makes him so good?
The way he can block. I mean, we know he can catch the ball. I mean, so just him building on his blocking. I mean, that taking his game to another level.
Luke, last thing here, and I'll turn it over to somebody else. How much has Talon improved since you first lined up with him back in the spring? And what's he need to still do better this year to reach his potential?
Um, I think, I mean, each day, just with practice, like each and every day, like he's getting better at something, and whether that be with reads and stuff, which he's doing amazing at. No, but I think he just continues to grow so much, and just his confidence in our offense, and you can tell just with how much time he spends with Coach Petrino and Coach Fishback, watching film, and then you can just all the extra work that he puts in after practice and before practice, it's paying off, and he's going to reach his full potential.
A lot of times it's tough. One of the toughest things for a college quarterback is your progressions, and your reads, and as you go from 1 through 3 or 4, whatever. How much better is he that now than when you first met him?
Um, I feel like he was always just right on, and as soon as he got here, he just had something about him, and he still does. But he just continues to get better, and that's just a truthful and honest answer that he just continues to get better each and every day.
All right. Thank you both.
Wrap it up, please.
Yeah, I won't be quite as long there. Hey, for both of y'all, this obviously is a big game. You're playing a Big 12 team, ranked team, national TV, all that. Just how big an opportunity is this for you guys to really put last year in the rearview mirror? Hey, Eric, maybe you can take that first.
Yeah, I think it's big, man. I mean, our first game throughout the season, we had success. But I mean, this is a different team, to be completely honest, a different team. We got to come in kind of with the same mindset. There's really no different. I come with the same mindset. We got to uh, do what we do, man. We got to play ball. We got to line up. I mean, know our assignment and focus on the small things.
I'd say it's just a great opportunity for us to show all the work that we've done in the off season and how we've really came together as a team on and off the field. So I mean, it'll be exciting for us.
Let's go one more for Luke. I know we talked in camp about, I think you added about 10 pounds since last year. By Petrino said you got stronger. How did you feel that translate into the game the other night?
I'd say my body feels better when I'm out there playing, and then just with blocking, I feel like I have more force and power going in to people that I did last year.
Okay, I think I'm good. Appreciate you guys.
Eric, Luke, in Stillwater.